Dr. Arav Singh and his team's return to Earth was marked by a flurry of activity and emotion. As the Vimana descended through the atmosphere, a throng of media, government officials, and eager onlookers gathered at the designated landing site. The world had been waiting, their journey followed by millions through broadcasts that detailed their every discovery and interaction on Suryavansha. The moment the Vimana touched down, a wave of applause and cheers erupted from the crowd. Arav, feeling the weight of their successful mission and the responsibility it carried, was the first to disembark. He was met with flashing cameras and microphones thrust toward him, capturing the historic moment. "Welcome back, Dr. Singh. Can you tell us about Suryavansha?" shouted one of the reporters as security ushered the team toward the nearby conference hall. "We have much to share," Arav responded, his voice steady despite the chaos around him. "We've returned not just with new knowledge, but with new opportunities and challenges for all of humanity." Inside the conference hall, global leaders and representatives from major scientific organizations were assembled for a closed briefing. Arav and his team presented detailed reports of their findings, including the advanced technologies of Suryavansha, the cultural insights, and the looming threat posed by the Chronicles. The Suryavanshi have advanced in ways that could significantly benefit Earth, especially in energy sustainability and agriculture, Arav explained, displaying images and videos of the alien technologies and their applications. However, we also face a potential threat from an alien civilization known as the Kralians, who are known for depleting the planets they encounter. The room was heavy with the gravity of his words. The leaders listened intently, their expressions a mix of fascination and concern. To facilitate a coordinated response, Arav proposed the formation of a global coalition. This coalition would not only oversee the integration of Suryavanshi technology into our systems, but also prepare our defenses against any potential Kralian incursions, he suggested. The proposal was met with nods of agreement. The necessity of unity in the face of such revelations was clear, and the groundwork for what would be known as the Global Coalition for Interstellar Cooperation, GCIC, was laid during that meeting. As the briefing concluded, Arav and his team stepped out to address the world through a televised press conference. The eyes of millions were upon them, waiting for a glimpse into humanity's new future. "Today, we stand at the brink of a new era," Arav announced to the cameras. "Our mission to Suryavansha has opened doors that we never imagined. We have encountered a civilization that once originated from Earth and has extended an offer of friendship and alliance." He paused, letting his words sink in. "But we also face new challenges. The Kralians are approaching, and we must be ready. We invite every nation, every individual, to join us in preparing for this new chapter in human history." The broadcast ended with a global outpouring of support and curiosity. Social media, news outlets, and forums lit up with discussions about the implications of Arav's revelations. Back in his temporary quarters, Arav sat quietly, the adrenaline of the day giving way to a reflective calm. They had achieved so much, yet the journey ahead was daunting. But he was not alone. Earth was with him, and now so was Suryavansha. After the initial briefings with world leaders and the establishment of the Global Coalition for Interstellar Cooperation, GCIC, Dr. Arav Singh and his team prepared for the pivotal moment of public disclosure. They planned a comprehensive presentation that would not only unveil the details of their extraordinary journey, but also prepare the global population for the reality of a broader cosmic community and the potential threats therein. The venue chosen for the announcement was the United Nations headquarters in New York, symbolizing the international unity required for the challenges ahead. The hall was packed with representatives from every member country, global media, and invited guests from various scientific, cultural, and educational institutions. As the event was broadcast live across multiple platforms, Arav stepped up to the podium, the weight of the moment evident in his demeanor. "Ladies and gentlemen, fellow citizens of Earth," he began, his voice resonating through the hall and across countless screens around the world. "Today, I share with you a narrative that redefines our place in the universe." Arav proceeded to detail the discovery of Suryavansha, a thriving civilization descended from ancient Earth explorers, showcasing images and videos of the technology and culture they had witnessed. He spoke of the Suryavanshis' advanced agricultural methods, their sustainable energy systems, and their harmonious societal structures, which had evolved over millennia. However, our universe is vast, and not all who wander it do so peacefully, Arav continued, shifting the tone of his presentation. The screens behind him displayed images of the Kralians derived from Suryavanshi archives and their recent encounters. We face a potential threat from the Kralians, a civilization that consumes the resources of planets in their path. This is not just Suryavansha's problem, it is ours as they are moving towards our solar system. The hall was thick with tension as delegates and viewers processed the gravity of the information. Arav outlined the proposed defenses, emphasizing the need for a unified global response. We are not defenseless. The Suryavanshi have shared their protective technologies with us, which we can adapt for our planet. We must act swiftly and decisively. To conclude, Arav introduced a series of initiatives under the GCIC, including technology transfer programs, cultural exchanges, and a unified defense strategy. This is a call to action for every nation, every community, and every individual. We must come together, pooling our resources, knowledge, and creativity to protect our home and prepare for our future as active members of the interstellar community. The presentation ended with a standing ovation, the applause echoing a mix of resolve and anticipation. The broadcast prompted an outpouring of public discourse. Schools organized discussions, experts analyzed the implications on news shows, and online platforms buzzed with debates and speculations. In the days that followed, Arav and his team engaged in numerous interviews and panel discussions, further explaining and elaborating on their findings. They worked tirelessly to maintain transparency, foster understanding, and galvanize a collective effort towards the initiatives outlined. As he reviewed the global response from his office, Arav felt a cautious optimism. The path ahead was fraught with challenges, but the unity and enthusiasm he witnessed gave him hope. Humanity was stepping into a larger arena, and they were ready to meet it with open eyes and united hands. In the wake of the public disclosure and the overwhelming response from around the world, Dr. Arav Singh and global leaders moved swiftly to establish the Global Coalition for Interstellar Cooperation, GCIC. This coalition was designed not only to manage Earth's defense against the potential Kralian threat, but also to oversee the integration of Suryavanshi technology and foster a unified approach to future extraterrestrial interactions. The inaugural meeting of the GCIC was held at the United Nations, where representatives from every member country convened to define the structure and objectives of the coalition. The meeting was charged with a sense of urgency, yet underscored by a commitment to collaboration and transparency. Governance and leadership, IP. The first order of business was to establish a governance framework for the GCIC. It was agreed that the coalition would be led by a council composed of representatives from all major nations, with Dr. Singh proposed as the inaugural chair due to his first-hand experience with Suryavansha and the Kralians. Technology and knowledge transfer. The coalition also formed several subcommittees focused on different aspects of technology and knowledge transfer. One key committee was tasked with the adaptation and deployment of Suryavanshi agricultural technologies, which could dramatically improve food security worldwide. Another focused on energy technologies that promised to reduce reliance on fossil fuels and mitigate climate change. Defense and security. Perhaps the most critical subcommittee was that which dealt with defense and security. This group was responsible for integrating Suryavanshi defensive technologies into Earth's existing military infrastructures. They also planned the construction of new defense systems, including orbital platforms and ground-based energy shields, designed according to specifications shared by the Suryavanshi. Public education and cultural exchange. Recognizing the importance of public support and understanding, the GCIC established a public education initiative to inform the global population about the details of the coalition's activities and the benefits of the Earth-Suryavansha alliance. This initiative also included cultural exchange programs to foster goodwill between Earth citizens and the Suryavanshi. Legal and ethical considerations. Another vital area was the creation of a legal framework that addressed the new realities of interstellar cooperation and potential conflict. This included the drafting of laws that would govern the use of alien technologies and manage the interactions between Earth and other civilizations. As the meeting concluded, the foundations of the GCIC were solidly laid, with clear directives and enthusiastic support from all member nations. The atmosphere was one of cautious optimism as delegates recognized the historic nature of their undertaking. Dr. Singh, addressing the closing session, emphasized the importance of unity and vigilance. "We are embarking on a journey that will test us in ways we have never before encountered," he said. "But together, we have the strength and the wisdom to meet these challenges. Let us move forward with resolve and hope." Following the formation of the GCIC, Arav and his team returned to their headquarters to begin the detailed work of implementing the coalition's many initiatives. They were aware of the monumental tasks ahead, but were buoyed by the international support and the tangible sense of a global community united towards a common goal. With the Global Coalition for Interstellar Cooperation, GCIC, firmly established, Dr. Arav Singh and his team turned their attention to the critical task of integrating Suryavanshi technology into Earth's infrastructure. This phase was pivotal, not only to enhance Earth's defensive capabilities against the Krallian threat, but also to usher in a new era of sustainability and technological advancement. Energy systems implementation. One of the first technologies to be integrated was the Suryavanshi energy systems, which utilized renewable sources with far greater efficiency than anything previously seen on Earth. Teams of engineers and scientists, in collaboration with Suryavanshi experts, began the installation of prototype energy converters in various locations around the globe. These systems harnessed solar and gravitational energies, converting them into usable power with minimal environmental impact. Pilot projects in regions ranging from the Sahara to the Scottish Highlands demonstrated promising results, sparking a wave of enthusiasm and investment in renewable energy solutions. Agricultural advances. Another critical area was agriculture. Here, Suryavanshi biotechnologies promised to revolutionize food production. These technologies included genetically engineered crops that could thrive in arid or nutrient-poor soils and sophisticated hydroponic systems that required a fraction of the water and space needed by traditional farming methods. Experimental farms were set up in several countries, overseen by joint teams of Earth and Suryavanshi agronomists. The results were heartening. Crops were not only more abundant but also more nutritious, offering a potential solution to both hunger and malnutrition worldwide. Defensive technologies. The integration of defensive technologies was overseen by a specialized subcommittee of the GCIC, which worked closely with military experts from around the world. The installation of Suryavanshi-designed energy shields began at key strategic locations, including major cities and military bases. These shields were capable of deflecting high-energy weapons, which were believed to be part of the Krallian arsenal. Additionally, Earth began the construction of its first orbital defense platforms, equipped with advanced sensors and weaponry based on Suryavanshi designs. These platforms not only served as a deterrent against potential Krallian attacks, but also as monitoring stations to keep watch on outer space activities. Public engagement and education. Recognizing the importance of public support, the GCIC launched a global education campaign to inform citizens about the benefits and implications of the new technologies. Exhibitions, seminars, and interactive web platforms were developed, showcasing how these technologies worked and their potential impact on daily life. The campaign also highlighted the importance of interstellar cooperation, using the partnership with Suryavanshi as a prime example of what could be achieved when civilizations work together for mutual benefit. Challenges and adaptations. Despite these successes, the integration process was not without its challenges. Technical difficulties, cultural resistance, and logistical hurdles needed to be overcome. In some cases, Earth's existing infrastructure had to be significantly retrofitted or even replaced to accommodate the new technologies. Dr. Singh, ever the pragmatist, encouraged patience and perseverance. Every major advancement in history has faced obstacles, he reminded his team during a strategy meeting. Our task is to navigate these challenges with wisdom and foresight, ensuring that the benefits of these technologies are accessible to all. As the year drew to a close, the initial phases of technology integration had shown promising results, and Earth was on its way to becoming a stronger, more sustainable planet. However, the shadow of the Krallian threat loomed ever larger, reminding everyone that this was merely the calm before the potential storm. As Earth began to integrate Suryavanshi technologies, a wave of transformative changes swept across the globe, heralding a new era of sustainability and advanced defense systems. However, not all responses to these changes were positive. Dr. Arav Singh and the Global Coalition for Interstellar Cooperation, GCIC, faced significant resistance from various quarters, some rooted in fear, others in entrenched interests threatened by the new technologies. Economic disruptions. One of the primary sources of resistance came from sectors of the economy that were disrupted by the new technologies. Fossil fuel industries, traditional agriculture, and certain manufacturing sectors saw the Suryavanshi technologies as existential threats. Powerful lobbyists from these industries began campaigns to discredit the alien technologies, citing risks of dependency on extraterrestrial relations and potential long-term ecological impacts that were not yet fully understood. Political friction. The introduction of advanced technologies and the strengthening of global governance through the GCIC also ignited political friction. Sovereign nations with strong nationalist ideologies resisted what they perceived as an erosion of their autonomy. They argued against the centralized control of defense technologies and the potential for misuse of agricultural advancements that could make smaller countries dependent on modified seeds and tools patented by a global coalition. Cultural backlash. Cultural resistance also emerged, particularly from groups who viewed the rapid adoption of alien technology as a threat to traditional ways of life. This resistance was fueled by fear-mongering from certain media outlets and public figures who speculated about the erosion of Earth's cultural identity and the dangers of aligning too closely with unknown alien civilizations. Public protests. Public protests broke out in various cities, organized by coalitions of workers from industries facing obsolescence, nationalist groups, and those swayed by conspiracy theories regarding the GCIC and its motives. These protests occasionally turned violent, requiring intervention from public safety officers and leading to widespread media coverage that further polarized opinions. Addressing the resistance. In response to these growing tensions, Dr. Singh and the GCIC leadership convened an emergency session to strategize on addressing the resistance effectively and compassionately. They decided on a multifaceted approach: transparency and communication, enhance efforts to educate the public about the benefits of the new technologies and the necessity of Earth's preparation for potential extraterrestrial threats. This included town hall meetings, educational campaigns, and open access repositories of research data on the technologies being deployed. Economic transition support. Introduce measures to support industries and workers affected by the technological shift. This included retraining programs, subsidies for transitioning industries, and incentives for companies that adapted the new technologies to create sustainable products and services. Cultural preservation initiatives. Launch initiatives to preserve cultural heritage and integrate traditional knowledge with new technologies, demonstrating that technological advancement does not necessitate cultural dilution. Decentralized implementation. Modify the approach to technology implementation to allow more local control and adaptation, addressing fears of over-centralization and loss of national autonomy. As these measures were rolled out, Arav remained at the forefront, advocating for unity and resilience. Change is never easy, but it is necessary, he often said during his speeches. We must adapt, not just to survive, but to thrive in a future that promises far greater challenges and opportunities. Despite the turbulence caused by technological and political shifts, the cultural exchange programs initiated under the Earth-Suryavansha Alliance, ESA, began to flourish. Dr. Arav Singh and the Global Coalition for Interstellar Cooperation, GCIC, saw these programs as vital to fostering understanding and goodwill between the two civilizations, and as a way to balance the scales against the resistance faced. Launch of the exchange programs. The cultural exchange was officially launched with a grand event hosted simultaneously on Earth and Suryavansha, linked via a live interstellar communication setup that allowed participants on both planets to interact. The event featured exhibitions of art, music, literature, and culinary traditions from both worlds. On Earth, Suryavanshi artists displayed their intricate digital tapestries that depicted cosmic landscapes and historical events from their planet. Earth musicians responded with performances that blended traditional instruments with electronic sounds, symbolizing the fusion of the old and new. Educational collaborations. Key to the cultural exchange were the educational collaborations. Universities across Earth began to offer programs in Suryavanshi studies, which included not only language and culture, but also their advanced concepts of ecology and societal management. In return, Suryavanshi educational institutions opened their doors to Earth students interested in studying advanced sciences and interstellar diplomacy. Virtual reality tours. To deepen the immersion, the GCIC funded the development of virtual reality tours that allowed people from Earth to explore Suryavansha's cities and landscapes as if they were there. Similarly, Suryavanshis could experience Earth's diverse environments and bustling metropolises. These VR experiences were made available in schools, museums, and public spaces, enabling a broader segment of the population to engage with the cultural exchange. Artistic collaborations. Artistic collaborations were particularly successful. Joint projects were commissioned involving artists from both planets. One notable project was the Cosmic Symphony, a musical piece composed by a collaboration of Earth and Suryavanshi musicians, which sought to capture the essence of both worlds through a harmonious blend of sounds and rhythms. Cultural ambassadors. To personalize the exchange further, the program selected cultural ambassadors from both worlds, individuals who had shown an ability to bridge cultures through their work. These ambassadors traveled between Earth and Suryavansha, conducting workshops, giving talks, and participating in community events to share their experiences and insights. Impact of the exchange. The impact of these cultural exchanges gradually became evident. Misconceptions and prejudices were challenged as people learned more about each other's ways of life, philosophies, and values. The media began to cover stories of successful collaborations and personal friendships that had formed across planets, helping to shift the public narrative towards one of curiosity and optimism. Dr. Singh often highlighted these successes in his updates to the GCIC, reinforcing the idea that these exchanges were as crucial as the technological and defensive collaborations. Understanding each other's culture and history is foundational to our alliance, he would say. It strengthens our bond and enriches our perspectives, making us better equipped to face challenges together. As the cultural programs gained momentum, they not only mitigated some of the resistance faced at home, but also strengthened the ties between Earth and Suryavansha, building a robust, multifaceted partnership that went beyond mere technological or military cooperation. Several months into the cultural and technological exchanges, the early warning systems adapted from Suryavanshi technology detected anomalous signals at the edge of the solar system. These signals matched the signatures associated with Kralian scouts, as described in the intelligence shared by Suryavansha. The Global Coalition for Interstellar Cooperation, GCIC, quickly convened an emergency session to assess the situation and formulate a response. Emergency session of the GCIC, Dr. Arav Singh chaired the tense meeting, which included top military advisors, scientists, and representatives from various member countries. We have detected what we believe to be Kralian scouts approaching the outer planets. This is a critical test of our preparedness and our ability to employ the technologies and strategies we've been developing, Arav announced, setting a grave tone for the session. Analysis of the threat experts in extraterrestrial technology took the floor to explain the data. The signatures are consistent with Kralian reconnaissance crafts. Their technology allows them to scan and assess a planet's resources from a distance, likely preparing for a larger invasion, one expert explained, displaying the sensor readings on the large screens around the room. Strategic defense planning. The military strategists outly led the defense measures already in place, including the orbital defense platforms equipped with energy shields and long-range offensive capabilities. Our readiness levels are high, but we will need to deploy additional surveillance satellites and fighter crafts to intercept any potential Krallian approach, the chief military officer stated. Global response and unity. Arav emphasized the need for a unified response, urging all member nations to support the defense efforts both logistically and politically. This is not just a potential attack on one nation, but on our entire planet. We must respond as a united front, he urged, advocating for collective action and resource sharing. Public communication. Recognizing the importance of maintaining public calm and confidence, the GCIC also prepared a communication strategy. We will inform the public about the potential threat in a measured way, ensuring that people understand we are prepared and vigilant. Panic is our enemy in these situations, Arav directed the public affairs team. Suryavanshi support. In parallel, Arav contacted Surya Devi to request additional support and intelligence on dealing with the Krallians. The Suryavanshi were quick to offer assistance, sending additional defensive technology and advisors to help Earth strategize against the Krallian tactics known to them. Simulations and war games. In the following weeks, Earth's defense forces, along with Suryavanshi military advisors, conducted a series of simulations and war games to test their strategies against potential Krallian maneuvers. These exercises were crucial in identifying weaknesses in Earth's defenses and in training the forces in the use of alien technology under combat conditions. Reflection and resilience. As the GCIC session adjourned, Arav remained behind in the quiet of the conference room, reflecting on the challenges ahead. The possibility of an impending Krallian invasion was a stark reminder of the dangers lurking in the cosmos. However, he also recognized the unprecedented level of international cooperation that had been achieved in such a short time. Earth was more united than it had ever been, and that unity was its best hope against any threat. With the Krallian threat looming closer, Dr. Arav Singh and the leaders of the Global Coalition for Interstellar Cooperation, GCIC, intensified their military preparations. Earth's newfound unity and technological prowess were about to be tested in what could potentially become their first real conflict involving extraterrestrial forces. Orbital defense platforms activation. The first line of defense involved the newly constructed orbital platforms, equipped with advanced energy weapons and shield systems adapted from Suryavanshi technology. These platforms, strategically placed around Earth's orbit, were activated and put on high alert. Teams of Earth and Suryavanshi engineers worked tirelessly to ensure that all systems were operational and the platforms were fully integrated with Earth's global defense network. Global Defense Forces mobilization on Earth. Military forces from multiple nations were mobilized under the banner of the GCIC. This newly formed Global Defense Force was a mix of terrestrial troops and specialized units trained in the operation of the advanced technology shared by the Suryavanshi. Joint training exercises, which had been part of the military preparation phase, proved invaluable as troops from different countries learned to operate as cohesive units. Strategic Command Centers establishment. Strategic command centers were established in various secure locations across the globe, equipped with the latest communication and monitoring technologies. These centers served as the nerve hubs for coordinating the defense efforts, ensuring swift and effective decision-making during the crisis. Arav and a team of military strategists and advisors oversaw the operations, maintaining constant communication with field units and orbital platforms. Suryavanshi advisors integration. Suryavanshi military advisors were embedded within the main command centers, bringing their expertise and experience in dealing with the Krallians. Their knowledge of Krallian tactics and technology was crucial in refining Earth's defense strategies. They conducted workshops and briefing sessions, providing insights that significantly enhanced the tactical approaches of the Earth forces. Public reassurance campaigns. Understanding the importance of maintaining public morale, the GCIC launched a series of public reassurance campaigns. These campaigns were designed to inform the global population about the preparations and the strength of Earth's defenses without causing panic. Arav personally addressed the public in several broadcasts, explaining the situation in clear terms and reinforcing the message of unity and resilience. Simulated defense drills. In the weeks leading up to the expected arrival of the Krallian scouts, simulated defense drills were conducted worldwide. These drills were not only a test of the Earth's defensive capabilities, but also served to reassure the public that the military was prepared to protect them. The drills included simulations of Krallian attack patterns, with both orbital and ground forces participating to test their readiness and improve coordination. Reflection on leadership and unity. As the preparations reached their peak, Arav took a moment to reflect on the journey that had led them here. From the initial discovery of the Suryavanshi and the revelations of the Krallian threat to the unprecedented unification of Earth's nations under the GCIC, it had been a period of intense change and growth. He felt a deep sense of responsibility, not only to protect Earth, but also to uphold the principles of cooperation and peace that had brought them this far. As the date of the anticipated Krallian scouts' arrival drew closer, the essence of global unity that had been fostered by the necessity of defense against a common enemy began to manifest in more profound and tangible ways. Dr. Arav Singh, alongside the leaders of the Global Coalition for Interstellar Cooperation, GCIC, observed that the crisis had accelerated international cooperation, leading to unprecedented levels of collaboration across all sectors of society. Consolidation of global defense efforts. Under the imminent threat of the Krallian scouts, countries that had historically been rivals or maintained only lukewarm relations set aside their differences, pooling their technological, military, and intellectual resources. This consolidation was evident in the joint military patrols that now operated in space and on Earth, consisting of mixed nationality crews who worked seamlessly together, united by a common cause. Expansion of the defense network. The orbital defense platforms, initially launched as separate national projects but later integrated under the GCIC's guidance, were now fully operational and staffed by international crews. These platforms not only served as Earth's first line of defense, but also symbolized the potential for a united human front in the face of external threats. Economic alliances and support. The economic impact of integrating Suryavanshi technology had initially caused disruptions, but as the global community recognized the necessity of these advancements, new economic alliances formed. These alliances aimed to stabilize markets, support industries in transition, and ensure that all countries benefited from the new technologies. Financial aid packages and technology sharing agreements were established, helping to alleviate the economic strain on less developed nations. Cultural and educational initiatives. The GCIC also capitalized on the increased global unity to expand cultural and educational exchanges. These programs were designed to build a deeper understanding and an appreciation of diverse cultures, which was now seen as a crucial element in maintaining international harmony. Schools around the world introduced curriculums that emphasized global citizenship, peace studies, and extraterrestrial sciences. Public engagements and transparency. Arav and other GCIC leaders continued to engage with the public through regular updates and open forums where citizens could voice concerns and ask questions. These engagements were crucial in maintaining public support for the GCIC's initiatives and in reinforcing the narrative of unity and collective resilience. Preparations for the Krallian arrival. As preparations for the potential Krallian arrival continued, Arav noted a shift in public sentiment. Where there had once been fear and skepticism, there was now a sense of determined optimism. The people of Earth, having seen what they could accomplish when united, were more ready to face the Krallian threat than ever before. Reflective leadership. In a quiet moment before the expected encounter, Arav met with his core team and key international leaders. They reflected on the journey that had brought them here, from the discovery of Suryavanshi to the formation of the GCIC and the unified global response to the Krallian threat. This unity, Arav remarked, is our greatest achievement and our most potent weapon. Whatever comes next, we face it together as one Earth. The tension was palpable in the command center as Dr. Arav Singh and his team, alongside international military commanders, monitored the approach of the Krallian scouts. The orbital defense platforms were on high alert, the crews ready to engage at the first sign of hostility. The world watched, holding its breath as the first real test of Earth's unified defense system was about to unfold. Early engagement. Contact in T-minus 60 seconds, announced General Martinez, the appointed commander of the Earth Defense Network, his voice steady over the comm system. The large screens in the command center displayed the approaching crawling crafts, their sleek, menacing forms cutting through the void of space. Arav stood beside Martinez, watching the data stream in. Ensure all communication channels are open, he instructed. We must attempt to communicate our intent to defend, not provoke. As the Krallian ships came into range, Tanya, leading the communication team, broadcast a message in several linguistic formats, including mathematical and musical languages developed with the help of Suryavanshi linguists. This is Earth. We do not seek conflict but will defend our world, she transmitted. First strike. The response came not in words but in action. The Krallian scouts launched a volley of energy projectiles toward one of the orbital platforms. Instantly, the energy shields, a gift from Suryavansha, flared to life, absorbing the impact with a shimmering pulse. Shields holding. No damage to Platform Alpha, reported Lieutenant Zhang, monitoring the defense systems, returning fire. The platform's weapons, enhanced by Suryavanshi technology, responded with precise, controlled bursts of energy, targeting the Krallian scouts with the intent to disable, not destroy. Tactical retreat. To everyone's surprise, the Krallian crafts, upon facing the unexpected resilience and firepower, began a tactical retreat. They're pulling back, observed General Martinez, eyes narrowed in suspicion. But stay alert. This could be a test of our capabilities. Arav nodded, his gaze fixed on the screens. Keep monitoring their trajectory. Let's analyze their engagement pattern. There's much we can learn about their technology and tactics. Debriefing and analysis. As the immediate threat waned, the command center shifted into a debriefing phase. Arav convened a meeting with his advisory team to discuss the encounter. We've held them off, but this is likely just the first probe. They're assessing our defenses. Arav said, addressing the group. We need to be prepared for a more significant assault. Dr. Elena Petrov, a specialist in extraterrestrial warfare tactics, added, their technology is advanced, but not invincible. Today, our shields and response strategies worked, but we should use this time to enhance our offensive capabilities and refine our tactical approaches. Global response. Following the confrontation, Arav addressed the world via a global broadcast. Standing firm and composed, he spoke, today, Earth has demonstrated its capability to defend itself against an alien threat. The Krallian scouts tested our resolve, and we stood united. Let this be a message to all who watch us from the stars. Earth seeks peace, but will defend its sovereignty with all its might. The broadcast resonated worldwide, bolstering a sense of pride and renewed commitment to the GCIC and its goals. It wasn't just a military victory, it was a profound testament to what humanity could achieve when united under a common cause. In the aftermath of Earth's first confrontation with the Krallian scouts, a renewed interest in humanity's own ancient spacefaring abilities emerged. Dr. Arav Singh, leveraging this newfound curiosity and unity, initiated a series of explorations and archaeological digs at sites around the world rumored to have connections to ancient astronaut theories. Discovery at Göbekli Tepe. The most significant of these explorations took place at Göbekli Tepe in Turkey, where researchers had long speculated about the site's astronomical significance. With the help of advanced scanning technology from Suryavansha, the team unearthed evidence of what appeared to be a prehistoric observatory, and more shockingly, artifacts that suggested early human attempts at space communication. As Arav and the team examined the relics, a series of metallic discs with intricate engravings that closely resembled star maps, he mused, it seems our ancestors were far more advanced than we gave them credit for. These could very well be devices used for tracking celestial bodies or even communicating with them. Global announcement and speculation. The findings were presented in a globally broadcasted press conference where Arav explained the significance of the discoveries. These artifacts indicate that the desire to reach out to the stars is not new. It is a legacy that has long been dormant within us, awaiting reawakening. The announcement sparked a wave of excitement and speculation across scientific communities and the general public. The idea that ancient civilizations might have had contact with extraterrestrial entities, and perhaps even the same Krallians now threatening Earth, provided both a thrilling narrative and a sobering reminder of the vast and mysterious universe. Enhanced research programs. Encouraged by these findings, the GCIC funded enhanced research programs aimed at uncovering more about Earth's ancient technologies and extraterrestrial interactions. Universities and research institutions worldwide received grants to explore related theories, and collaborative teams, comprising archaeologists, astronomers, linguists, and even theoretical physicists, were formed. Integration into defense strategy. Recognizing the potential implications for Earth's defense strategies, Arov pushed for the integration of these ancient technologies and theories into current military training and development programs. If there are elements of truth to these ancient practices and they relate to space travel or communication, understanding them could be key to anticipating Krellian moves or finding new allies, he argued during a high-level military strategy meeting. Cultural impact. The revelations also had a profound impact on Earth's cultural landscape. Documentaries, books, and educational programs exploring ancient astronaut theories surged in popularity. This resurgence of interest in humanity's heritage, and its celestial connections helped foster a global identity focused on exploration and innovation. Reflection on humanity's role. As the year drew to a close, Arov reflected on the journey humanity had undertaken, from unearthing its past to facing threats from the stars. In a speech at the United Nations, he shared these reflections. This year has taught us about resilience, unity, and the indomitable human spirit. Our ancestors reached for the stars, and now, so do we. As we stand on the brink of potential interstellar conflict, we are reminded that our legacy is not just of survival, but of curiosity and courage. Let us carry forward this legacy as we prepare to defend our home and explore the universe. As Earth faced the growing possibility of a larger confrontation with the Kralians, the discoveries of ancient human spacefaring capabilities and the successful repulsion of the initial scout attack had galvanized the planet. Dr. Arav Singh, now seen not only as a leader but as a visionary, prepared to address the world once more, setting the stage for Earth's proactive stance in the cosmos and reinforcing the newly awakened legacy of human ingenuity and resilience. Global Summit on Interstellar Relations. The climax of these efforts was the Global Summit on Interstellar Relations, hosted in Geneva, where leaders from across the world, along with representatives from Suryavansha and other interested extraterrestrial entities who had been observing Earth's progress, came together. The summit was designed to formalize Earth's role in the broader cosmic community and to solidify the alliances necessary for mutual protection and prosperity. Arav's keynote address. In his keynote address, Arav stood before the assembly, his presence commanding the room. Today, we stand united, not just as a planet, but as part of a galaxy teeming with life, with histories as deep and varied as our own, he began, his voice echoing in the silent hall. Our recent discoveries about our ancestors' celestial endeavors tell us that the stars have always been our destination. He continued, the threat from the Kralians will not be the last challenge we face from the stars, but together with our allies from Suryavansha and beyond, we are better prepared than ever. We are ready to defend, to learn, and to explore. Formalizing the alliance. The summit concluded with the signing of the Interstellar Cooperation Treaty, which formalized the defensive and scientific alliance between Earth and Suryavansha, and established protocols for interaction with other extraterrestrial cultures. This treaty also set the foundation for the Interstellar Defense Coalition, a multi-species organization tasked with the protection of its member planets. Earth's Interstellar Agency post-summit. The establishment of Earth's Interstellar Agency was announced, a new organization that would oversee Earth's extraterrestrial explorations, communications, and defense strategies. This agency would also manage the technologies and knowledge shared by Suryavansha and ensure that the benefits of interstellar cooperation were distributed equitably across the globe. Cultural celebrations. The awakening of Earth's legacy was celebrated worldwide with festivals that blended cultural heritage with futuristic aspirations. These celebrations not only marked Earth's new role in the cosmos, but also served to unify its people with a shared sense of purpose and excitement for the future. Reflections on a new era. In the quiet of his office, After the celebrations had subsided, Arav took a moment to reflect on the journey. From the discovery of the Vimana to Earth's assertive steps into the interstellar community, it had been a path fraught with challenges, but also rich with victories. Looking out at the night sky, he felt a profound connection to the countless generations of humans who had gazed up at the stars in wonder. Humanity has always reached for the stars, he wrote in his journal. Now we are finally ready to take our place among them.